Hello, it's Retro Guy Joe. And I guess the vicar last Thursday. I was let's see. See if it's just a dumb riddle.
Vicar. May I speak with you?
Oh, very well, if you must, but time and tide wait for no man.
I found this on the notice board. It appears to be a service plan for next Thursday.
Oh, dearie me, yes, I lost Thursday. I'm always losing Thursday. Bless you, young man. My week is complete. Oh, goodness, I'm late delivering Thursday to the flower arrangers. The WI women create the most lovely arrangements. A true symphony of petal, bud, and leaf. Take Thursday and give it to Nanny Noah. She'll know what to do.
Yes, I'm sure I can do that. I was planning to return to Saxton once my business here is finished.
Business? Oh, how very odd. What business?
Does the name Ager mean anything to you?
Ager? Yes, that name does ring a bell. Let me see.
I believe the Agers lived nearby.
It's a very old name in these parts, so I wouldn't doubt it. There's a William Ager buried in the churchyard, along with his ancestors.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
Did the Agers have strong connections with Northfield Church?
Oh, good heavens, yes. Thomas Ager, who died in 1799, was a rector of this very church. I must say that I am thrilled to find our history so interesting.
What happened to Thomas Ager?
It's interesting that you should ask, as there's a whiff of mystery surrounding his later years. He came into a large sum of money, most of which he ploughed straight back into the church. When money is given to such a worthwhile cause, people tend to accept, no questions asked.
Did Thomas Ager have a large family?
The Agers were a very large family in Thomas's time. Slowly the family number decreased and finally vanished some years ago. William was the last, poor wretched soul. He drove himself to an early grave, you know. He was in a terrible state.
Wisconsin.
The family line was drawing to a close, and he feared there would be nobody to carry the family name. I always sensed that he carried with him a terrible burden, a secret of some description. Perhaps it was a family secret, passed down from one generation to the next. I dare say old Thomas Ager would have shared the burden in his time. But that is all in the past, and we must always look to the future.
Yeah, okay.
Can I ask some other questions?
No, get out of here.
Can I ask you about the church?
Of course you may. Go ahead.
Oh my god.
Who is that in the painting?
Ah, that's my great. Oh, he's an ancestor, a very old one. He was vicar of this parish for 50 years, back in the 18th century. He knew a thing or two about keeping the heathen masses subdued. I can only wish I shared his talent in that department. I must say, it is wonderful to meet someone of your generation who is interested in our history. What makes you so different?
Trust me, Vicar, my generation isn't as bad as you think.
Motivation is always a good thing, no matter what the cause. The devil makes work for idle hands, you know.
Here.
How
Asking
long
all the
have you been
questions.
vicar of this church?
A very short time. I moved back to this area 30 years ago. I'm still new to the parish.
30 years? I'm 30 years old. Why do people still see you as an outsider?
There are families around Northfield with ancestry dating back to the Doomsday Book. I am a very new arrival, you see.
Doomsday Book.
Who is the statue of the sleeping man?
I have no idea. There are those who know these things, find them interesting, but I am not one of them. That statue takes up valuable church space and is a distraction to the congregation. It is a trial to keep their attention at the best of times.
It gives off a strange atmosphere.
I think it's
Almost
haunted.
as if that corner of the church was special in some way.
Special? I have not noticed anything special.
Do you play the violin?
No, no.
Oh, no. I play the viola.
There just are not enough hours in the day. The Lord, in all his generosity, provides ample time for contemplation, but my violin will have to wait.
I bet this old church has secrets.
Oh dear, young people are so adventurous these days. Always looking for darkness in forgotten corners, mystery in your own shadow. But I dare say this building has seen some horrors, mystery, and intrigue. They say the building is built upon an Anglo-Saxon sanctuary of reflection, whatever that be. If you are interested in such things, which you obviously are, you should speak with old Russet. You can find him in the churchyard.
Russet, eh?
Can I ask some other questions?
I mean, if talked you're off so far.
Can I ask about the churchyard?
I'll help you if I can.
Do you mind the crows? They seem to own the church.
All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small.
Guys, I'm
Don't
off.
dislike the crows, dear boy. They are all God's creatures. Do the crows frighten you?
No, but they are rather maudlin, especially in a churchyard.
The old faith in these parts believed that the crows were spies and messengers of the Dark Lords and Earth Gods. Silly, superstitious nonsense.
You run a church. It's nothing
Though,
but superstition.
I must admit that they do seem to watch our progress through life with envious eyes.
The churchyard is kept very well for such an isolated spot.
Oh yes, Mr. Russet keeps the place looking spick and span.
We don't say
He's not
that word
one of the
anymore.
Crows. He hates the feathered fiends. They terrify him, in fact.
Why is the church so isolated?
The Black Death, my boy, the Black Death. There was once a thriving community based around the church tower. When the disease struck the village, it came with no warning. Whole generations were lost overnight. Terrible, terrible tragedy.
Tragedy?
No evidence of the old village remain, as many of the buildings are now hidden by the encroaching woodland beyond the church wall.
Can I ask some other questions?
I think I'm out.
I'll have a look around, if you don't mind.
Feel free to wander God's house.
Alright, I guess that was a clue to go talk to Russet again. If not, then I have no idea what I'm doing. And granted, I already have no idea what I'm doing.
I think I've collected enough information from here. Time to return to town.
He said to talk to Russet. Let's go talk to Russet. I mean, he may not tell me anything else. Assuming you're Russet, I don't know.
Excuse me.
No, he doesn't seem to have any more questions for him.
I'll get beast.
All right, well, let's head on out. Head back to town. Freaking finally. Also a good time to save. Always be saving. That brown spotlight. Wait, let me go back one.
Lord.
Shut up. No, for some reason I thought I'd look more brown. All right, save it here. Are you willing to continue?
I
Go
think
this
I've
way.
collected enough information from here. Time to return to town.
You just gotta skip my way back there, or what are you planning to do? Is that person still following you? No, we're good. Day 2. Research is the key. My visit to Northfield Church answered many questions, but posed many more. There's a link between the Ager family and the Crown. What were they hiding? What is their secret? The museum is bound to provide some clues. It's time for some research. Then pop in for a tea at Nanny Noah's. It's turning into quite an afternoon. Discover the identity of those who haunt Saxton and beyond. Who was Thomas Ager referring to in his journal? Did he harm him in some way? Learn more about Northfield, the Agers, and other old families. Who is depicted as a statue in Northfield Church? Who owned Harbor Cottage before the Mankles? Why would they haunt the place? Who was Spivvy the smuggler? Does he haunt the Saxon caverns? And why? Pop by 9 notes for tea. I need to give her the funeral plans for Thursday. Okay, so it really wasn't a riddle so much as he was just an idiot. Okay. Fine then, fine. Oh boy, getting back to town will take a little while. Also, I've looked at this several times. There's nothing to do with it.
Not right.
You don't want that, you don't want that, you don't want that, but you did take a picture of it.
That's not right.
I'll figure out something about that at some point. What's the thing about her saying stay away from the train tracks will ever come into play? Find out. Slowly I go, step by step, inch by inch. Definitely needs a bit of a quick travel system in this, doesn't it? I mean, it's kind of got a quick travel system that double clicking makes you go between sections a little faster. Sometimes, when it feels like it. Why is this literally the only way to get to Saxton? You have to go through this cave. Why doesn't it say to do so? Going over here? Nope. Scares of I know I made our way back over there. There's that useless tart again. I assume there's somebody following me, seeing as I keep showing people in the distance like that. To the museum. I figure more things out. Don't go back in that place. It gives you a copyright claim. And maybe stop by and talk to Daniel for a second. I don't know if I should do that first or not. And what are we doing about the cats? Have we done anything about the cats yet?
A phone number for Cat Watch.
I mean, I really suspect Spitmore. Oh, no, it's not here right now. So I guess I won't be talking to her right now. What's this? Nothing. Alright, we finally made it into the museum. Hi. So, is this the museum? What is this? "3D. Ah, nope, no, I was looking at that. So where am I? I assume I'm here and I'm gonna have to pay, aren't I? So local oddities, Saxon skeleton, mysteries, library. Saxon longships, BV scope. That might be useful. Saxon treasures, tree of crows. Yeah, Saxon ski. It sounds like everything's going to be kind of useful. Butterflies, the Sax, elevator, Saxon and art. Films and info panels, blah blah blah. What do you got back here? Welcome, weary traveler, to Saxon Museum and Library. This ancient fishing port boasts a rich and varied history, dating back to the most primitive of times. Bloodthirsty barbarians once roamed our sea, dark landscape, leaving us haunting reminders of dangerous times. Alongside ancient treasures, you will also find museum features an eclectic mix of ancient and modern, from an Anglo-Saxon sword and helmet to railway memorabilia and gifts from the East. Not gonna say from the Orient. Oh, 3 crowns. I leak to the. Yeah. Alright. No photography, huh? You sure I'm gonna follow those rules? Aye.
Good afternoon. May I explore the museum?
Of course. That's why it's here.
Thanks. I'm Nigel, by the way. Nigel Danvers.
How interesting. I'm Oogle, Professor Oogle, the curator of this museum.
Is there an entrance fee?
Normally, yes. But the museum is free during public holidays.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Should I be looking out for anything in particular?
Many of our exhibits are unusual or rare. What were you looking for in particular?
Does the name Ager mean anything to you?
The Agers lived for many centuries out by Northfield. The family home still stands on Raven Lane.
Where can I learn more about them?
Here, of course. There are some exhibits with Ager connections. The murder and the mystery man may well be of interest.
What can you tell me about the lost Anglo-Saxon crown?
Is it lost? Something that has yet to be found is not necessarily lost.
I'm not sure I understand.
If something has remained hidden through centuries of upheaval and mischief, do you really think you have the right to disturb its slumber?
I think that's literally the definition of
Could
lost.
I borrow an exhibit for a séance or similar experiment?
The answer is no. Be warned, our security cameras are everywhere. We see all.
May I ask you about something else?
Yes, but do make your mind up.
Would it be possible to return here tonight to ghost hunt?
Certainly not. Some of our exhibits are priceless. We can't have students running around looking for ghouls and goblins.
I'm not thinking of sword. I'm just looking for ghosts.
Is the museum haunted?
Saxton has many old buildings, young man, which have played host to many characters. I believe some may be reluctant to leave the homes they once knew.
Thank you for your time.
It is my job to help. Information is free, but feel free to donate to our fund.
I don't think I have any money, so, well, next time, Richard Guy and Chew, we'll explore the museum, see if we can find anything else out. Is that the same Warren pedestal that they had at the other house? Till then, see you later, bye.